Hello and welcome to Rotted Reviews, and we're rounding things off with the last Rotted request of the month, finishing September off with the request from Patron Christoffer, who asked me to watch and review the 2010 movie Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Alright, so ever since I started doing the Rotted request, it's one of those things where I put the form out there and then I review the results, and there's been a few surprises. First of all, nobody has made me purposefully suffer yet. Nobody's put out a terrible to-be watch, anything along those lines, which I'm honestly rather surprised about. And I've also been surprised at how many thoughtful things there have been in there. The requests that have been made have largely been very good movies that have been sometimes difficult, but always interesting. But this is one of those times where not only have I seen the movie that's being requested of me, but it's one of my favorites. So when I saw this one pop up as one of the form results, I just had a good old chuckle to myself. I was delighted to see this movie on the list. When I did ask Christoffer why this movie, he kind of echoed that. He said it's one of my favorite movies with one of my favorite actors, Alan Tudyk. Fair enough. I have no disagreement there. And so for those of you that haven't seen this movie yet, this is a 2010 comedy horror written and directed by Eli Craig and also written by Morgan Jurgensen that is starring Tyler Labine as Dale and Alan Tudyk as Tucker. Both men are close friends that are just kind of some down-home good old boys that are trying to go out to a newly purchased cabin, do some fishing, do some cleaning up the place, fixing it up, and have their own kind of little vacation home. They mean well, they're good-hearted, they're salt-of-the-land folks that are just trying to have some fun together. Until, of course, they run across the paths of the college kids. A group of students that are also on vacation trying to go out and have some beers and so forth, but unfortunately, they mistake Tucker and Dale's down-home hokum good nature for sinister hillbilly murderous intent.
Whatever you say, just smile and laugh. It shows confidence.
Smile and laugh. You guys, going camping?
And what follows from there is a real-time redneck rampage Rashomon story in which the college kids are feeling like they are fighting for their very souls, and in fact, they are simply just mishapping themselves into one situation or another.
You okay?
Meanwhile, Tucker and Dale are just trying to make the best of things in their new vacation home, wondering why the hell everything is going haywire around them.
Call the police.
Yeah.
Tell them what?
Oh, I would tell him what happened.
It's a good idea, Dale. Oh, howdy ho, officer. We've had a doozy of a day.
The contrasting elements between the two sides and the juxtaposition that the characters find themselves in is really what drives the humor here, as well as the violence and the gore that just ramps further and further up as the movie progresses until it's just a mishap and mayhem fest. This is one of those movies that has a really solid place in my heart. I fell in love with it, honestly, from watching the trailer. I've been a big Alan Tudyk fan ever since Firefly. I'm unabashed about that. But this movie showed him playing another character in a very different light that I similarly found as heartwarming as Wash. Equally magnificent, I have to say, is Tyler Labine playing Dale. His dim-witted, oafish optimism and good charm and nature really sold me. It's one of those things where it's wonderful and rare to see characters just continually try to boost each other up, give each other pats on the back. If they're feeling down, try to raise them, try to help them out, and always being a force of positivity.
You gotta have some faith in yourself, man. Girls can smell fear. Now, come on. You are a good-looking man. More or less. You got a damn good heart.
Yep.
I mean, that's two things right there.
And both of these men would go on to star in season 2 of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency.
Who's your buddy?
Verily, I'm a normal man from this world, much like yourself.
Okay.
And I gotta say, even though the Dirk Gently showrunner of Max Landis turned out to be an absolute shithead, thereby killing any chance of a season 3, Tyler Labine's character of Sheriff Sherlock Hobbs deserves his own spin-off along with his deputy.
What did you guys do?
I have never arrested anyone before, so you all should just, be real cool about it.
Oh.
Thank you. That was a very cool thing for you to do.
It's neither here nor there. It's just something that I kind of wanted to put out in the world while I was talking. This was a movie that worked for me on so many levels, the tight writing, the absurd situations, the gore and so forth, but none of it would have worked if it weren't for the characters. That really is what drives this film. Jesse Moss playing Chad, the head college kid that really had the biggest chip on his shoulder and was instigating most of the violence, was almost perfect in this role. Honestly, I think it was one of those situations where it was just a little bit too over the top, but in a movie like this, it didn't really detract from it. It kind of served it well, even if it was a little distracting at times. And big kudos to Katrina Bowden playing Allison as the college kid that ends up befriending Tucker and Dale. Her klutzy antics and good nature gelled really well with the two titular leads, and it made for an awesome trio. This was probably my 4th or 5th watch of this film, and I gotta say that I laugh almost just as hard as I did that first watch. It's just funny, good times, good gore, good characters. It's a fantastic watch, and as far as a horror comedy goes, it's one of my, I would say, top 5. Handily and easily. I highly recommend you watch this. If you're a fan of horror comedies, I would say that this is required viewing. That's how strongly I recommend it. So thank you, Christopher, for recommending this movie. It was an absolute delight and a wonderful way to round out September. And thank you for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Remember, next time you want to watch a horror movie, first make sure that it's good and rotted.